Hey there, fellow miners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, episode 41, Annexing the Plasteel. Interesting. Zeusen, why are you building... Is your research bench zone bugged? Oh, God. Yes. I'm bad at setting up zones. So the research bench is correct. And... no. I remember what that was. So the Zeusen zone is the zone I want Zeusen on. Not research bench. There we go. Alright, now it's correct. And she'll be back on researching shields. In terms of fuel, we've burned just about half the fuel needed to upgrade the Ark again. And I think what I'll do is the Stalwart and Pilgrim zones. In order to keep them from going somewhere that is toxic fallouted, I'm going to adjust their zones so that they can only work from the inside of the kill box rather than the outside of the kill box. So it's going to require a little bit of painting, but in the long run, I think it will be pretty useful to have those set up that way. That way, we protect ourselves from toxic fallout buildup while constructing the walls. So that's for the Pilgrims, and this will be for the Stalwarts. Alright, good enough. So the Stalwarts avoid the corpse area, and the Pilgrims don't. So if I place it here, there will be a little bit of shallow water there, which isn't a problem. And that should cover everything that we need covered. How is my power in the meantime? Because these moisture pumps aren't cheap to run. So I got to keep an... having the smelter on is a bit of a waste. Having the moisture pumps on, we should try to actively avoid brownouts because, you know, if the moisture pumps aren't running, well, they're not working and they're not expanding zones. And each one is 150 watts, so it's certainly not a cost to just sneeze at. It looks like we're going to have enough limestone for the walls. Just about all the limestone has been delivered. And then once the walls are built, I don't have the research and technology to start setting up turrets, but that will be something that we'll consider soon. Any spare batteries exclusively dedicated to the pumps? No. It's not really... So... When you only have one power generator, it's not all that... You can't really have separate grids. So if I had a battery for the pumps, well, the battery would still be connected to everything else. So it wouldn't be a dedicated battery anyway. There's no real way for me to have a dedicated battery when I only have one power generator. So I could add more batteries, but I don't have battery tech researched. So I wouldn't be able to do that, even if I wanted to. we getting rid of toxic fallout, or is it just brighter? Kind of hard to tell. The other thing I realized is we are going to need to have, like, immediately a wooden door here. Because right now raiders don't have a valid path to the base, not unless I open another door. I'm glad I noticed that. So let's get this wooden door built so that they can actually march into the base unimpeded. And that's all the wood we need for the construction project for now. And we can burn the rest of the wood in the generator. This is funny. He's like building spaced columns for roofs. Works for me. Keeps me protected from the green nasty stuff. Mazin was researching. Yes, the zoning is, again, screwed up. So, stalwarts should not be allowed here. Just Zeusin. Shields is done. Alright, next research will be up to you. Gun turrets, precision rifling, advanced fabrication, biosculpting, or long blades. And I'm going to start queuing up gun turrets. Because that was the runner-up choice last round. But feel no pressure in voting for it. No, the Zeusin zone... Actually, let's do this. Delete the Zeusin zone, copy the Stalwart zone, rename this to Zeusin again, and then add in the research bench. There we go. So if we want to make shield belts, which eventually I think we'll want, I have enough for a singular shield belt for now. And this will be made only by Zeusin, our best crafts person. But we'll need a little bit more plasteel to make any other subsequent shield belts. But even having one shield belt is really nice, so that the person with the shield belt can draw fire from ranged attackers without actually, you know, getting shot. Which is huge for Fishpick and Madzin. And I'm hoping it's high quality, but we'll see. Alright, gun turrets it is. Should be a relatively quick research. I mean, it's only 500 and we'll have two researchers on it most of the time. And we have a lot of idle colonists right now. Which is just a result of toxic fallout path blocking us from the rest of the map. What I can do is to... I think what I'll do is... allow them to go anywhere they want. And then if their toxic fallout spreads high enough, then subsequently zone restrict. So for now, I have them able to travel anywhere, and I'm going to queue up more haul zones. And I know that a lot of the hauling that we have queued up is going to get them sick quick, and then I'll just zone them to the previous zones. So we'll just flip-flop. Just so that we, you know, don't have an incredible amount of idleness. Plus, we do have need of more stone, especially if we're going to start incorporating plasteel drilling into our repertoire. So there we go. We got the shield belt, and I'm going to put the shield belt on Fishpick, as Fishpick has knowledge of the generator, so he's effectively more valuable than Madzin. As one of the goals of the series is to keep those with knowledge of the generator alive at all times, at all costs. Mass Murder, thank you for the resub. It's been a while, man. Cheers. Or, ooh, that one's empty. Cheers. So we'll have to do periodic health checks to make sure no one has toxic fallout buildup that is harming them. But so far as I could tell, nobody has any symptoms. Not really. I mean, Fishpick has the most, and it's only at 4%. We have a decent amount of cloth now, so maybe once this is harvestable, it's about half grown, I'll change it. I'm a little tempted to invest again into like an electric stove once we have the steel, so that we can make teas, but we could also make beer too. I don't have the research for either, but I'll include them in the research voting next research round. So we do have Psychoid Brewing, so we could start planning Psychoid, but beer brewing I can add to our research priority. And our research progress is pretty quick, so I'm going to put up the poll for next research already. Because it looks like we're getting that wrapped up pretty fast. So just if you're unaware, precision rifling is assault rifles and sniper rifles. Advanced fabrication is the ability to make advanced components. Biosculpting would be the ability to make a biosculptor pod, which then leads to bioregeneration, which is like a way to remove scars and injuries. Long blades would allow us to make long swords and spears. Long swords would be higher DPS than like the club and the knife. And then beer brewing is, well, beer brewing. It's a recreational drug. And the walls needed at the front of the base are almost done. Shoot Frenzy. Oh, nice. Alright, quick health check. 8, 8, 0, 0, 0, basically 0, 5. And yeah, alright. No one has serious toxic fallout built up. We don't really need to worry about that, I guess, for now. I've got to say, I am surprised how little coal that we've mined. It's taking a backseat to the deep drill, and because we don't have 2 dedicated miners, basically we're getting no coal, which is fine. I mean, I'm not pushing for steel at the moment. I'm just surprised it's been as slow as it is. So all the walls up here are done. And it's a bit of a tied poll. So gun turrets are done. If you haven't voted already, please feel free to do so. I'm just going to queue up advanced fabrication, but I'll end the poll here in just a second. All right, precision rifling wins by a hair, let's say. All right, next question. What is our next project? So here are the choices. One of the reasons why gun turrets aren't on here is I would like to have gun turrets made of plasteel. So I'm not really considering building any gun turrets until I have access to plasteel, because steel gun turrets are just going to get shredded. They're just going to get destroyed almost immediately, so there's really no point in me investing in it. Fish pick. Go back to higher priority mining. Actually, you know what? Don't. Stay on construct, because there's a lot of damaged wall segments that should be repaired. And you guys can vote on next priority. God, I hate when they do that. Run for 2 hours, do 2 seconds of work. Worst employees ever. Alright, siege site cleaned, finally. How do you have Liberty spikes through a toque? I mean, I guess you can cut holes in the toque. That's confusing, man. And it looks like our next priority is build mining tunnels to a Plasteel node. Got it. So there's 2 Plasteel nodes. One is quite close to the iron up here. And one is over here. And I'm going to go for the eastern node instead. And the reason being, the total walk time to this node is a lot shorter. So even though it's more building materials to get out there, I think it's worth doing. Which means I'll be putting a door here and walls that come out here. This is a small enough room that I really don't need double-walled insulation, because one heater is going to be easily enough to heat that entire area, no problem. In fact, I'm going to make it slightly larger, because being claustrophobic in a tiny room comes with its own penalties. And then in this case, let's go ahead and cancel all of the hull designations, and then only queue up limestone ones, because this project is mostly limestone, so limestone is the priority. We've been mostly hauling slate up until this point. Cheers. So, Turtle, you asked about fuel. We need 600 more fuel to be burned before we can upgrade. So we're a little over halfway. Moisture pumps will expand in about 2.5 days, 4 days, 5 days. Slow but sure progress. And we're probably going to need more steel for the hidden conduits just to even be able to get out to the Plasteel node. So I don't... I might put Fishpick on mining just to get a little bit of coal, because we have lots of iron to be processed, but not the coal to make it into steel. Enough of the toxic violet green's getting to you? It's only been 6 days. Toxic violets tend to last a wee bit longer than that, unfortunately. Axios's health check is at 16. So I might need a zone restrict Axios. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, he is zoned to Close Pilgrim, so he's not allowed to go out of the base anymore. Which is fine. We're about to have rice harvest, I think. I'm not going to make a pass-through. I wasn't planning on it. But maybe I should. Else I risk them doing more damage than I want. So I'll build a pass-through here. You know what? Maybe I'll make these... I think what I'll do is I'm going to do... air, because we have a lot of wood now. I'm going to have wooden doors leading to forced open stone doors, so that it's a pass-through that's quick, but then have backup doors just in case raiders are ingressing. And I might improve the pass-throughs that I have elsewhere to wood, now that wood is not so bottlenecked of a precious resource. There we go. That's the coal I wanted. Just need a fish pit coming up here for like an afternoon, and then we would have enough coal for multiple batches of steel. I figured. We are almost out of power, though. Make sure to let our batteries bounce back a little bit. Turning off the grow light. And that's probably the 450 watts of power being drawn by the moisture pumps, I'd imagine. It's not an insignificant amount, considering we only have one generator. We only have and only ever will have one generator. Once Fishpick makes a little bit more progress in the mining of the coal, what I can do is I can just... Oh, you know what it is? It's also the ground pen scanner. I don't need that on anymore. Totally forgot. Once I do one more segment of coal, I can also shut down this northern section. Stop stepping away. Alright, that should help with the batteries. Turning off the ground pen scanner at 700 watts. Turning off the deep drill at 200 and the heater at 175. It's going to be a lot of extra power to go around so that the batteries don't drain out so fast. I did mention planting something other than cotton. So I'm going to switch these over from cotton to heelroot. As much as I think Psychoid Tea would be great, we are very, very low on medicine, so I think it makes sense to start planting medicine. Survival is priority number one after all? Yes. Exactly. I mean, I'd like to be in a good mood, but being in a good mood and dead, or being in a bad mood and alive, pretty clear-cut choice there. Alright, and you, Axios, are going to be zone unrestricted. That's looking pretty good. This little tunnel. And a psychic soothe for males. Awesome. That should help. Alright, all of the batches of steel that we could make are done. And I have now 560 steel, up from like 80 or something. So that's great. So we're going to put a power switch here. And then hidden conduit going all the way out to about there, maybe. Sorry, Ophelia. In fact, all the... Go. Prepare a WoW raid. Okay. What do you got? Bolt the... Oh, it's a pretty small raid. Is it really only one group? Yeah, it really is only one group. This is an opportunity to test our new defenses. So they do have a valid path into the base through here. And here. And I think what I'm going to do is switch the shells over to incendiary, as they are not super scary raiders in terms of their gear. So we'll just try to impart some burns. Yeah, it's cold, there's toxic fallout, and they're barely armed. The thing is, toxic fallout takes so long to queue up that I don't think toxic fallout is going to be a determining factor ever in a raid. There's only one... Wow, you are so weird looking. There's only one that is uninsulated anyway, so cold isn't really going to be all that helpful either. Come on, I should... Oh, I didn't do that right. I thought I did. Got one burned. There we go, there's some more burns. Wonder if any would be good recruits? I don't know. It's a good question. Are we browning? Yeah, we're browning out. Okay, Madsen, flick the grow light off. And this will be our last volley. I don't want to use up all of our shells. Alright, taking a look of who's hypothermic. Only the one. And they're bringing me their assault. Madsen, you are out of position. It's my fault, not yours. Everyone else is going to get into position. So, Axios and Zeusin... The one issue that I have with actually taking up this position for now is there's no way for them to take cover. So I'm probably going to wait to use that advanced position till later on, when we have like a pillbox to hide in or something. I could put Fishpick out there just to mess with them, though. Because he's, you know, shield belted. The other thing is the actual layout of our defenses doesn't allow for easy shooting of the enemies until they're, like, on top of us. Why are you attacking that? Because they're walking in a different way and aren't visible for a while. Yeah, so just get out of there, Fishpick. If I flip-flop this... What weapons do you guys have? Pistols? Yeah, they don't have much. Alright, Madsen, come on down here. You can see that they get shot at, freak out, disengage. One got hypothermic enough they dropped their bolty. It's funny. So they, like, peek, and then they get melted. It actually is somewhat effective. Like, they just keep doing it. I was not expecting it to work quite this well, so I'm just going to stack more defenders. Oh, JD, don't do that. Yeah, that's my fault. Oh god, he got just obliterated. Yeah, she's lucky to be alive. One escaped the zoning. Let's... Madsen, you flip this door if there's even time to. There might not even be time. Okay, they're fleeing. Never mind. Oh, good. He dropped a lot of medicine. Speaking about what the rest of them have. Okay, none of them have gear. That's useful. No, you're not coming into my base. So, are you recruitable? Honestly, yes. Quite. Bash him down. Not like that. What'd you do? You didn't even... You hit his legs. He died from leg injuries. That feels like I was cheated. This guy's not bad either. Incapable of dumb labor, but does have mining. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to him in time, though. And then I hear one breaking a door down. Yeah. That's going to be a regular issue. So Axios, you head down that way. You're cyclically deaf. I mean, that's not terrible. Given their incapabilities, I don't think I'm going to keep them as a recruit, though. Yeah, and the other one got away. Ooh, good shot. JD's bleeds are tended. So he'll be alright. And do a bit of preach health to get him back on his feet. Alright. Clearing up the bodies. Oh, that's not going to be useful. Can't torch them when they're not on regular soil. Alright, Axios, let's get them burned. Nice. The moisture pump zoning has expanded for this one. So now I'll be able to do stone walls there. That's a big gain. Taking a look at toxic fallout. 2, 0, 4, 0, 0, 3, 4. Okay, no one has bad toxic fallout build up, so we're fine. Great. Ali K, thank you for the resub. Welcome to the stream. Oh god, food. I'm bad at noticing that stuff. The battle drums? More like the dinner bell. Dinner snare bell. So even with this door open, this bedroom is like warm enough that it's comfortable. And we have 20 hours until this expands, and that will allow us to make 2 stone walls here, which is great because 2 stone walls in this spot makes the stone walls prevent pathing. It only took 2 to really cut this zone out, which is fantastic. Batteries are looking nice. So I have had the grow light off for a while now. Let's turn that back on. I should have turned that back on ages ago. I just kind of forgot. Are these heaters staggered? 70, 58, 60... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're staggered. You have to imagine what it would be like from a pump's perspective. It would be like a soft serve machine, because nutrient paste is like a paste, right? It'd be like a soft serve machine that just like dumped a giant, massive bucket, separated into like stacks. Very much the way that like a lot of our hyper processed foods are manufactured IRL, I'd imagine. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 9th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow stalwarts and pilgrims.